If you walked into an American kitchen in the 1950s, chances are you would find something unusual on the dinner table. It wasn't steak, it wasn't pie, it wasn't even salad. It was green Jell-O. Bright, shiny, wobbling, and somehow completely normal. But how did a neon green, jiggling dessert become one of the most iconic foods in American history? To understand that, we need to go back to the late 1800s. Jell-O wasn't always a dessert. It started as gelatin, a product made by boiling animal bones and connective tissue. For centuries, gelatin was a luxury. Only wealthy households with servants had the time to prepare it. But in 1897, a carpenter named Pearl Bixby Waite and his wife May Davis Waite added fruit flavoring and sugar to powdered gelatin, and Jell-O was born. It wasn't an instant success. In fact, Waite eventually sold the rights for just $450. But in the early 1900s, aggressive advertising changed everything. Jell-O became modern, convenient, and most importantly, American. By the mid-20th century, America was obsessed with convenience. After World War II, technology entered the kitchen. Refrigerators became common. Processed foods were celebrated. Housewives were encouraged to create modern meals using canned and packaged products. And this is where green Jell-O took off, specifically lime Jell-O. Bright green, artificial, almost glowing. It looked futuristic. And in the 1950s, futuristic was exciting. Cookbooks and magazines featured recipes like lime Jell-O with shredded carrots, lime Jell-O with canned pineapple, lime Jell-O with cottage cheese, even lime Jell-O with tuna. Yes, tuna. These weren't jokes. They were serious dinner party dishes. Now here's where things get even more interesting. In the American state of Utah, green Jell-O became more than just a dish. It became a symbol. Utah has the highest consumption of Jell-O in the United States. In fact, at one point, it consumed more Jell-O per capita than anywhere else in the world. Why? Many researchers link it to the culture of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In Mormon communities, large family gatherings, potlucks, and social events are common. Jell-O is cheap, easy to prepare in large quantities, and visually appealing. It became a staple. So much so that during the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, Jell-O pins were given out as souvenirs. Green Jell-O had officially become a cultural icon. There's also a deeper cultural layer. The 1950s were the atomic age. America was fascinated with science, radiation, space travel, and nuclear energy. Bright, unnatural colors felt modern. Green Jell-O looked like something from the future. Its wobble, its shine, its artificial color. It almost looked radioactive. And that was part of the appeal. In an era obsessed with progress, artificial meant advanced. But by the 1970s and 80s, tastes began to change. Natural foods became trendy. Processed foods lost their glamour. Green Jell-O, once a symbol of sophistication, started to feel outdated. It became the punchline of jokes about weird old American food, the tuna molds, the vegetable suspensions, the strange combinations. It was no longer futuristic, it was nostalgic, and maybe a little embarrassing. Today, green Jell-O survives mostly as a retro dish. But its story tells us something important. Food isn't just about taste. It's about identity. It's about culture. It's about technology. Green Jell-O represents a moment in American history when convenience was revolutionary, artificial was exciting, and the future felt bright, even if it wobbled. It reminds us that what seems strange now once felt completely normal. And maybe that's the strangest part of all. So the next time you see a bowl of glowing green Jell-O, remember, it wasn't just dessert. It was the American dream in gelatin form. Every product has a story. Follow to discover why this sells.